Hey there, welcome back to the Daily's Double Shot. I'm Natalie Huynh.
And I'm Stuart Marlantis. Boy, do we have a lineup for you. We'll launch the show off with a segment about UW students building a rocket for a NASA competition.
The Student Disability Commission puts on an event about disabled hip-hop artists and the stereotypes they face.
I'll discuss the pros and cons of various video chatting apps on Tech Talk.
David Chrisman reviews the rom-com This Means War in his latest segment of Film Focus.
Lauren Lemieux interviews freshman point guard Jazmine Davis about playing on the Husky women's basketball team.
The Make-A-Wish Foundation and UW students help make a boy's wish come true.
And we follow a participant in the Mr. Greek pageant to find out who's the Greekest.
The Greekest?
Yeah, it's like greatest, but Greek.
All coming up
on the Daily's Double Shot.
Ooh, what is that? Chinese.
Yeah.
I'll see you there. Okay. Hey Stuart, you know about technology, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you think you could do rocket science?
Well, I don't know a lot about that kind of tech, but there's a group of students on campus who do. They're building a rocket for a NASA competition.
Cool, let's take a look.
Nestled between Guggenheim and the Electrical Engineering Building is the Aerospace and Engineering Research Building. In it, a team of UW undergrads are working on a 10-foot rocket that will be entered in a NASA competition. Project leader Stuart Jacobs tells us more.
The University Student Launch Initiative is a NASA-sponsored competition where the goal is to create a rocket that can carry a scientific payload to an altitude of 1 mile above the ground and return to the ground with both the rocket and the payload intact.
The competition is this April and will take place in Huntsville, Alabama. However, this is not the first time UW has competed. Jacobs, the only returning member from last year's team, tells us a little more about last year's event.
I remember speaking to one of the NASA officials there. I was talking with him and I heard this explosion. And I turn around and I see our parachutes are drifting down. The team thought that they were going to launch. Nevertheless, the range safety officer told us that we couldn't launch because our rocket was unsafe. And a lot of us were taken aback that they would do that because clearly it looked safe enough to us.
Discouraged, none of the 2011 team wished to return but Jacobs, who assumed the role of project leader and built a new team for 2012.
I remember being a little baffled that nobody on the team wanted to participate. Some of them just didn't want to do it anymore because they didn't like the paperwork. I was under the impression that we were going to do this again, so I decided to volunteer to be project lead and started collecting team members. My first thought was, what kind of hell am I getting myself into?
Though they lack experience, they have successfully launched a subscale model of their rocket that is 1/3 the size of the one that they will use for the competition in April.
We spent a good amount of time during winter break working on it, and we launched it in that nasty snow, and it just came down nicely. I was really happy.
April fast approaching, the team looks to the event with anticipation.
It's scary thought, to be honest. I'm still worried that we won't get everything in time.
I feel pretty good about it. I don't think we're going to win this year. We're kind of a rookie team because we only have Stuart. But nevertheless, I think we're going to do a good showing for the UW.
If the rocket that I built or I was part of flies up into air, reaches 1 mile and comes down safely, I'll be very happy.
If rocketry sounds like something you might be interested in, the University Student Launch Initiative may be the perfect thing to get into, no matter what your background is.
It's open to anybody, from what I can tell, because we need a lot of people from different backgrounds.
I personally don't have any rocketry experience myself beforehand, but I just thought I'd give it a shot and try it and see what I can do with it.
There aren't a lot of opportunities like this. I mean, you know, we're working with NASA, we're launching a freaking big rocket.
You get to work with rockets and possibly play with high explosives. Need I say more?
Dude, rocket science is awesome.
All kinds of science are awesome.
Up next, we take a look at an event held by the Student Disability Commission that delves into the problems disabled hip-hop artists face.
Krip Hop Nation featured Leroy Moore and King Chasm, who both talked about hip-hop culture and history and also performed some of their songs. The main focus of the event was to talk about why artists with disabilities are stigmatized in the music industry.
I think everybody who identifies with hip-hop has something in common on that level, being that it's something that a lot of us can really feel passionate about.
I think my favorite part about performing is, of course, connecting with the audience and knowing that the audience feel me and that we're going through a journey together. You know, so the connection is very important, and also sharing my story, you know, around being disabled, being a person of color, and seeing that my story is not only my story.
I come from a lineage unknown in my home, just out of my own searching for my purpose to come. Wish the traditions was passed when I was born. Talk between night and day and conquer the storm.
So I questioned why hip-hop, when I was growing up back in the late 70s, early 80s, didn't have people with disabilities on the cover. You know, we were there in the beginning, but we weren't there on TV or on anywhere. So because of that, I wanted to challenge the music industry.
The event also included stories of other artists involved with Krip Hop. One artist started with huge success. Even with 7,000 songs under his belt, he could not get a publishing deal. He was told by the record label that he could not be signed because of his arm and he was not marketable. He has found his place in the Krip Hop organization.
The big reason why Krip Hop Nation is here is to really educate and advocate around musicians with disabilities. You know, that we've been here since the blues, you know, and we're not going nowhere. And it's more than the music. It's our politics, our art, our talent that needs to be, you know, listed and, you know, educate the youth and other people around the history of it. You know, we don't need MTV or a reality show to do that. We can do it.
Having Leroy on campus to talk about police brutality and Krip Hop is really important because it's bringing a more radical discussion onto the University of Washington, onto this campus. It's having a discussion that also involves the community. It's bringing up these views that are not normally discussed on campus. The most important thing people coming from this event is how people with disabilities, they're performers, they're artists, they're activists, they're advocates, they're educators. They do a lot of things in a lot of different realms. This is important because it's just you know, questioning how people view people with disabilities, how art is made, who makes art, and it's important because it's just getting another perspective out there, educating more people.
Whoa, that's a lot to think about. Also, now I really want to dance.
If you can hold off your dancing for just a bit longer, we can introduce the next segment. So what's up next?
Tech Talk.
Oh! In this age of widespread high-speed internet, text and voice calls are not the only form of communication available. Today you can talk face-to-face in HD with someone across the world. But there are a lot of applications that offer this functionality, so which one should you choose? In today's Tech Talk, we'll cover 8 different video chatting applications and help you find the one that works best for you. Skype is far and away the most popular video chatting application available, with over 600 million users. This is perhaps its greatest strength. Chances are that your friends already have Skype accounts. Skype offers multi-user video, voice, and chat functions, along with a file sharing service. Call quality is generally very good, and you can even make video calls in HD. Skype also includes the ability to call regular phones, but this costs money. as does group video calling. Skype is available on millions of devices, including tablets, cell phones, and more. FaceTime is Apple's response to Skype. It offers simple video calling between Apple's various devices. Since it only works on Mac OS X and iOS, users cannot connect to Windows, Linux, or other phones and tablets. FaceTime is also not free. Although call quality is nice and HD video is supported, FaceTime has limited appeal unless you and all your friends are die-hard Apple fans. It also does not offer group calling at all. uwu is a new and intriguing entry into the video chatting market. It has enjoyed massive viral exposure from its users and competes well with other options. uwu offers free and various premium accounts. The free account supports group calling with up to 6 people and includes ads. Unlike Skype, all contacts must be on an approved list to communicate with each other, which potentially allows for more safety and privacy. Call quality is generally excellent, and uwu is available on many operating systems, both smartphone and standard. Logitech Vid is an application bundled with all Logitech web cameras. It supports standard and HD calling depending on the version, and conference calls with up to 9 people. Its user base isn't terribly large, and it has come under fire for the lack of true privacy features. TinyChat is a chat website that supports text, audio, and video. Users can create their own public or private chat rooms or join one of thousands that are already available. 5 million visitors use the site every day. Chat Roulette is an alternative form of video chat application where one user is connected to another at random. Call quality is generally relatively low, but the app sees a lot of traffic, including celebrities. The site also has an unfortunate association with inappropriate content. Omegle started as an anonymous text chatting website, but later added video functionality. It works the same way as Chat Roulette and has the same association with inappropriate content. Rounding out our list is Google's video chat offering. Like TinyChat, Chat Roulette, or Omegle, Hangouts works entirely in a web browser. The app runs within Google+, Google's social network. It offers free 10-way conference calling, good quality video, and the ability to share documents, a scratch pad, or your screen with other viewers. It also plugs into YouTube, allowing users to watch videos together. Yet another feature is the ability to call phones and add them to the conference call. So which one should you use? If you're looking for an application your friends probably already have, use Skype. If you want to call more than one person, use uwu. And if you need a lot of extra functionality and don't want to download an application, go for Google+ Hangouts. Overall, it's my opinion that Hangouts is the best, but this sort of choice really depends on your unique situation. Thanks for watching this week's Tech Talk. We value your input, so shoot me an email at techtalk@stuartmarlantes.com. See you next time.
Stuart, the camera's rolling. Well, up next, Lauren Lemieux talks
Lauren
to
Lemieux
freshman...
interviews freshman point guard Jazmine Davis about what it's like to play basketball for the UW.
You're late.
Better late than never. Roll it!
The transition from high school hoops to college basketball can be a challenge for any player, but for freshman point guard Jazmine Davis, the change has seemed, well, as easy as a free throw. UW's breakout star sat down with me to answer a quick round of questions.
I chose UW because they have the #1 nursing program, and that's my major. It's definitely what I want to be later on after basketball. That's pretty much why I'm here. I would have to say just the moments spent with my team are my most favorite moments. Being a Husky, every day with them is fun. It's all laughs. I can truly be myself when I'm around them. Locker room moments, I can't really say that because it's locker room, but every moment with them, it's definitely a moment that I cherish. It would just be my team definitely telling me to just play your game and to just remain calm out there and to not do too much. And it would just have to be just playing hard every game. If you play hard, then good results come out of it. Practice would be just pretty much how he runs practice. Intense, it's super intense. A lot of screaming and a lot of drills. Just super fast paced. That's how I would just keep it the same way. My dad. He definitely tells me what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. He does know a lot about basketball. He's coached it, and he's played in high school and college. He just wants me to do well, with whatever I'm doing. I'm pretty sure if I were playing a different sport, he would still try and look up some stuff on how that sport is played and try to critique me on that. But he just wants me to be the best that I could be with anything that I could do. That's why he's there. I have two favorite basketball players. It's, of course, Michael Jordan, and then it's Kobe Bryant. When it comes down to crunch time, the players on the team will look to them to help them pull through. They're real leaders. My favorite warm-up song, I play the song, it's by Guapale, the artist, and the song is called Closer to My Dreams. It definitely gets me pumped up before a game and relaxes me at the same time. It's defined by the title itself. Every step is closer to the dream of becoming a nurse or the dream to becoming a better basketball player too. I would probably play rugby. Yeah, rugby. I can break a board, I can break bricks. I'm a second-degree black belt in karate, and I can sing. I'm kind of a curious mind. I want to know how to do a bunch of different things that a lot of people don't do. I just always want to do something new.
Davis has certainly had a fantastic season so far for the Dogs. She's currently second leading scorer in the Pac-12, averaging 18.5 points a game, and at this rate is a definite pick for Pac-12 Freshman Player of the Year. Reporting for the Daily's Double Shot, I'm Lauren Lemieux.
Up next, David Chrisman reviews the romantic comedy This Means War in his latest edition of Film Focus.
Oh, I love chick flicks.
Hello, I'm David Chrisman, and welcome to Film Focus. This time, we'll be looking at a romantic comedy starring Chris Pine, Tom Hardy, and Reese Witherspoon, titled This Means War. Chris Pine and Tom Hardy are spies for the CIA and best friends. Things are going well for them, and they both begin dating a wonderful woman. As it turns out, the same one. Promises are made and broken, leading to an all-out spy versus spy game to see who gets the girl. The acting in This Means War is, well, acting. You can make it through the movie without thinking you're watching Captain Kirk pretend to be a spy, but nobody's going to be winning any Oscars for this one. Even though the cast includes some of the more recognizable people in big-budget films these days, there isn't much noteworthy to say about the acting. The plot goes through all the usual moments and events you'd expect in a romantic comedy, and they're funny, but not original. It doesn't bring anything new to the table, and even though This Means War isn't trying to be original, it's always nice to see someone shaking up the established genres a bit.
I think we should lay down some ground rules. I think we should. I don't think we should tell her that we know each other. Let's stay out of each other's way. Just let her decide. May the best man win.
You know, maybe this is a good time to talk about romantic comedies, and maybe film more generally. It seems to me personally that these days a lot of the film industry is content with simply maintaining status quo. We've got big blockbusters during the summer when target audiences have more time on their hands. More artistic films come out in December and January in a bid for awards, but the rest of the year, they're simply average films. This Means War illustrates this point. It's fun and lighthearted, the gags work, but it won't be remembered after it leaves theaters. It's based on a formula because that's what makes money. The romantic comedy, the buddy cop movie, the horror movie, they're really all the same. There are some standouts, yes, but they get copied so much, it's hard for them to even get much notice after they're released. If you want to look at it in a different way, This Means War can be seen as playing off the established rules of spy movies and romantic comedies rather well. It could be seen as being aware of itself as a formulaic film and commenting on its existence. The situations that the characters find themselves in could be considered homage to things like The Pink Panther, and it refers to a few other famous films as well. But really, it's just more of the same.
Tuck, this is my friend. Okay, you can do this. They'll probably just shake hands. I think I'm gonna pass out.
This Means War is basically a mediocre film. It's not terrible, but it doesn't do anything to distinguish itself from the crowd. Sure, the actors do a good job, but it's not like the parts are that challenging. The editing is fairly standard. If you've seen enough movies, you always know what the next shot is going to be. The plot moves along at a good pace, but in no way does it stand out. If you enjoy romantic comedies, or like one of the actors in it, the real question you want answered is this: when the smoke clears, who gets the girl? Well, you'll just have to go and watch it for yourself. This Means War opened yesterday, February 17th, and its DVD release date has not yet been announced.
Did you see the flash mob that happened at Red Square last week?
I did. What was that all about?
Well, this boy named Alex with the Make-A-Wish Foundation loves robots. So UW students decided to put on a robot-themed flash mob.
Dude, that's awesome. Let's watch.
Friday, February 10th was definitely not your average day in Red Square. The Make-A-Wish Foundation, in collaboration with the University of Washington and surrounding community, organized a giant robot-themed flash mob in honor of 11-year-old Alex Penny's wish to bring world peace with the help of robots.
So today we had the awesome opportunity to grant Alex's wish. Alex originally asked for world peace, and we tried to really find out what he truly wanted. He's a very sweet kid, and what he really wanted was basically to see robots in action helping humans. So we planned a full day worth of activities for him.
He started the morning with one of the police departments doing anti-bomb robots because his wish is robots for world peace. Then he went to Children's Hospital at robotic surgery with Dr. Tom Lenvey. Then he came over to the biorobotics lab and saw haptic rendering with a couple of my students. He went to Josh Smith's lab in electrical engineering and looked at robot there. And then this was a surprise flash mob. And he has some adventures tomorrow that I can't tell you about yet because they're still secret.
When the time came, everyone stood in wait while Alex rolled into Red Square in his limo.
The idea that, Alex would have something that would relate to his robotics wish, and then to have something that would involve the University of Washington and the students was something that was really important to us. I mean, being on campus is really exciting for anyone, and then to be able to have the students stand and cheer Alex on was an element that was a really fun way to accent this wish.
It's been wonderful. The community has really supported us in making this wish happen for Alex, but he's the superstar. He wants to see peace throughout the world, throughout the community, and he thinks robots will help us get there.
I think Alex and his family have got to be blown away from everything that they experienced today, especially the flash mob and the caring and compassion that this school has provided to him. Just coming out on a day where it's cloudy and it's raining a little bit, but there were hundreds of people out here. It's just awesome.
They kept it a secret. No, Make-A-Wish kept it a secret from us. So we just went where they told us to go. So we've had a fun day. So they have been just driving us around, and this is the end of our day, and this is amazing. But just thank you. It was an amazing experience, and it's just great heart.
Their job done, the students cheered Alex on as he drove off, on to his adventures for the next day.
Well, I hope that Alex enjoyed himself.
I'm sure he did. UW is Alex's house after all.
Up next, we follow Louis Jackham as he competes in the Mr. Greek pageant.
Why is it that every year the manliest men on Greek Row put on silly costumes and sing and dance in front of hundreds of people? The reason would be the Mr. Greek pageant. Every year, the Alpha Gamma Delta sorority puts on the pageant as a fundraiser for Treehouse for Kids, a local nonprofit organization that provides foster children opportunities, and the Alpha Gamma Delta Foundation, which benefits juvenile diabetes research. We spoke with one contestant as he readied himself to compete for the title of Mr. Greek. Meet Louis Jackham, a freshman in Beta Theta Pi fraternity.
Hey, baby. Have I seen you in the quad before? No? Well, you look so savory.
He began preparing for the pageant last September when he was still a pledge in his house.
Going back to middle school, I performed a little bit when I first started making music. I play violin. I played violin for 11 years and guitar. Violin recitals kind of whipped me into shape for this kind of thing. In high school, I would play. We had something called Follies, which is basically just our talent show. So I did that every year. No part of what I do is about the spotlight. I'm actually more embarrassed to do what I do than I am, enjoying of it. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love to show what I make and what I perform to people, but I prefer to keep it to small groups and closer friends. And if I was going to make it big, that would be awesome, but for now, I just love doing it how I'm doing it.
Despite being a talented violinist, Louis decided to compose a rap song as his talent portion of the pageant. He wrote his lyrics to reference the Greek system, his fraternity, and even gave a few shout-outs to his brothers.
Reppin' Beta Theta Pi, class of 2015, Mr. Greek King, 'cause I'm living my dreams.
In addition to Louis' rap, the pageant also showcased many other talented Greeks.
The sky will get bright.
It's taking longer to fall asleep. Monday morning, rain is falling. Let's do your lips on the line.
In the end, the title went to Jordan Lake, a junior in the 17th Ave house. Although Louis didn't win the pageant, he still considered it a positive and worthwhile experience.
Fundraising, I think in any scope, is kind of a hard thing to come about, and by adding 30 guys doing more or less girly things, it adds a fun element to it that's way easier than just, look, we need money for this cause, will you donate, but actually perform well too. So it's kind of a nice balance.
It was kind of like a dream, honestly. I went up there, and before it I was super nervous, but afterwards I came out of it looking back, and it was way cooler than it was going into it. I felt really good during the performance, and after it I had a great rush come on, so I feel really good now.
So much talent, I don't know how they picked a winner.
Don't get boy crazy on me, Natalie.
But they're all so amazing.
Oh, jeez. Well, that's all we have for you today.
Tune in at 7 on Saturdays for more episodes.
And check us out online at youtube.com/thedaily. I'm Stuart Merlantis.
And I'm Natalie Huynh.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time
on The Daily's Double Shot.